So now we're going to be talking about reasonable expectations and how a lack of communication ensures that you'll have unrealistic expectations. More specifically, why do you think people assume the parameters of a relationship without ever discussing it?
Because people do things as if they're in a relationship. Actions, taking people on dates, as far as like taking people on dates, texting, the phone calls, the pillow talking,
The emojis.
the sending selfies, the picking which pictures to post on Instagram,
The late night, FaceTime, all that, right?
all of that, physical thing. So it's all about actions, I think.
Now, to be fair, I know in different cultures, such as in Eastern Europe, talking means that you don't talk to anyone else. So that is just totally different here than it is there. So if someone came here and was confused by that, I'd get that. But if you grew up here, I'm just like, how did you even get confused like that?
I feel as though back in the day, like, I would say, like, for me, like, middle school, honestly, if I talked to someone, that means they were mine and we were about to be in a relationship. But now, times have changed.
Completely. I mean, people willingly are choosing to be less traditional.
Definitely. I do agree.
So the reason why I feel like this is so important is because, I mean, we are in my dad's law office, so shout out to H. Lee Waring Esquire. But also, if you think about it, it's almost social defamation. So let me give an example. So imagine like someone like me, right? Someone who's consciously, single. I would even put myself single because I'm not even putting myself in the market type of thing. So, but people know I do tend to travel a lot and, meet different people while I travel. So people know that about me. So imagine we were in one of those situations before and someone says, or one of the girls say, oh yeah, I'm dating Josh now. Like that's actually my boyfriend. But everyone else is like, wait a minute, he's traveling, he's doing all this. So now not only that you essentially made me a cheater overnight. So that's literally social defamation. So you're altering the way people perceive you in real time and then act differently around you because of what you said that was, not factual.
No, I got you. I'm just processing it.
Yeah.
That's common.
Unfortunately, right? Isn't it? To me, it blows my mind. I'm just like, how is that possible?
I think it's this generation. Like, we tend to claim people, and I mean, honestly, sometimes you can talk to a person and they'll be like, because I've been in a situation where I was on the same page with someone, and I'm like, yeah, this is my first year in college. I'm all these fine boys. I'm a freshman. I'm looking at the upperclassmen, and they're like, what's up? And me, I'm like, I got somebody back at home thinking we're on the same page the whole time. I guess we weren't.
Wow.
Yeah, so like.
And unfortunately, that's also common. That happens.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately regular now.
Or they can say, or sometimes they say it's miscommunication. But
I would say in most cases it's probably lying by omission, right?
Definitely lying.
Yeah. So on the topic of lying, because usually that happens by people who are insecure. So in your unique position as a lady of a considerable amount of respect, would you say that your view of a guy changes once they get too emotional?
I think it depends on the type of emotion. Because I've been around, or I've dealt with the guys who were very emotional but insecure.
Right.
And I couldn't deal with it, because if I was to go to my friend's Sweet 16, it was a problem. Oh, we can't be together, and boom, the relationship is over. It's corny. You're a weak man to me. If you're not confident in who you are, and if you can't be with me and take, or trust me to be with me and take what comes with me, then we don't need to be together.
It's so true. I feel like that's the antithesis of masculinity, is to worry about things like that.
If you got me, then you have no reason to stress. And I tell guys that, like, look, if you're gonna be in a relationship with me, you gotta know, like, there's, just like you after me. I always tell guys, I always tell them, what do I say? Oh my gosh. I always tell them, there's somebody that wants to be in their position. Like, I'm letting you know this. Like, I'm keeping it a stack. So you either do right or
get caught slipping.
It goes left.
So what is it like having those other guys in the wing just waiting? I would call those orbiters, if you will.
Yeah, I don't really like to do that to people. I don't think it's fair to just entertain people and while taking someone else seriously. So if I'm taking you seriously, then I'm just gonna dead all of them and take you serious. But sometimes when you do that, you never know what the other person is doing. So I feel like you don't know if they're out here. You don't know if they're just taking you serious. They might be messing with other people. So that's when communication comes in, and I say, look, are we doing this? So I can know, because I have a whole line of other dudes. So I'd rather know than to have people looking dumb, or I'm looking dumb.
Absolutely. And I feel a lot of guys willingly do that. They willingly put themselves in position to look dumb for whatever reason. And I would actually call it, that's why I call them orbiters, because they essentially are content being in the friend zone. And, you just kind of just put them there, and then their whole existence kind of rises and sets with you like you're the sun. Then they're just like orbiting you like you're the sun. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't really have that much clout as of now.
But I mean, if you're getting 300 to 400 likes per post, and like you said, you're taking it easy, like you're reserved.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah, I know people who get more. I'm trying to be humble right now.
Fair enough.